So, so I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even a habit. I want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're gonna get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go. I gotta focus on what I'm focusing on. He already did. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has.
Gervonta Davis is very upset after finding out that Floyd Mayweather reportedly visited LamontRoach's training camp before their rematch. Davis sees this as a betrayal by his former mentor. He has openly said that it's better to have problems with Mayweather than to be on good terms with him. Davis hinted that being too close to Floyd causes trouble and said Mayweather has done things to him that no one else knows about. Although Davis didn't share all the details, his words suggest that Mayweather's influence had a negative effect on both his personal and professional life. In the past, Davis has shown frustration with how Mayweather acts behind the scenes, saying their relationship was more complicated than it looked in public. He admitted that Floyd has already made his mark in boxing, but Davis believes that focusing on himself is the best way forward. He wants to stay away from Mayweather's influence so he can keep a clear mind and concentrate on his own career. Davis knows that being around Floyd was not helping him. Now, with his rematch against LamontRoach coming up, he is fully focused on his future and has made it clear that he wants to move forward with...
He the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll picture him bad.
Davis spoke about his relationship with Floyd Mayweather, making it clear that he is now focused on his own career. When asked about Mayweather's involvement or possible support, Davis said that Floyd has always been the way he is and that he has already achieved everything he needed to in boxing. Davis admitted that if he were in Floyd's position, with that level of success, he might act the same way. He said he understands Mayweather's point of view and doesn't hold any hard feelings. Davis believes that Mayweather has simply moved on from being deeply involved in other fighters' careers. While some people might see Floyd's distance as a lack of support, Davis doesn't take it personally. He respects that Mayweather has done his part in the sport and is now enjoying his success. Instead of focusing on his past with Mayweather, Davis is fully focused on his own journey. He wants to build his own legacy, separate from his former mentor. Davis knows that his success depends on his own hard work, discipline, and ability to stay at the top. With his rematch against LamontRoach coming up, he is completely focused on winning and proving his dominance. He isn't looking for outside help or approval. His only goal is to prove himself and keep his name among boxing's best. For Davis, the focus is now on his own career and future, not on his past with Mayweather.
Career or something, or no?
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focusing on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't follow him for like stand to himself and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type shit. And a lot of people think like when I be tweeting on Instagram, I be mad. I just be talking.
Mayweather has reportedly been giving advice to LamontRoach after visiting his training camp, which has caught the attention of the boxing world. Mayweather, known for his boxing skills and deep knowledge of the sport, often talks about how young fighters make mistakes with their jabs and overall technique. He says his goal is not just to teach boxing, but to help shape future stars. However, his involvement with Roach has caused tension, especially with Tank Davis. Tank, who was mentored by Mayweather from the very start of his career, now feels betrayed by his former promoter. For years, Mayweather supported Tank, helped him win big fights, and guided him in building his brand. But now, seeing Floyd give advice to his opponent has made Tank question his loyalty. To Tank, it's not just about boxing tips. It's about trust, and he sees Mayweather's actions as a sign of disloyalty. A similar situation happened with Frank Martin. Mayweather once worked with him but later pulled away, showing a pattern of doing what benefits him rather than staying loyal to one fighter. As Tank prepares for his rematch with Roach, he knows he has to put aside
Just this. Let's do it. Come on. See, a lot of fighters think it's just this. So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even really a habit. I don't want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're gonna get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go. See the long jab? See the long jab?
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. has praised LamontRoach for his impressive skills and power, saying that Roach is a true contender in the sport. Jones pointed out Roach's ability to adapt in the ring, highlighting his strong fundamentals and high ring IQ, which make him a dangerous opponent. While some people doubted Roach before his fight with Gervonta Davis, his performance proved that he belongs at the top level of boxing. Jones said that what sets Roach apart is his ability to overcome tough situations. He keeps getting better with every fight. His footwork, defense, and counterpunching skills make him a well-rounded boxer who can adjust to different opponents. Roach isn't just a fighter with heart, he has real technical skills. Another important thing Jones mentioned is Roach's punching power. Even though he doesn't have the same knockout reputation as Davis, Roach has shown he can hurt opponents with precision and good timing. His ability to land clean, accurate shots makes him a real threat, especially in longer fights where his stamina and accuracy matter. Jones also praised Roach's discipline and dedication outside the ring, saying his strong work ethic is the reason he performs so consistently. Unlike some fighters who rely only on natural talent, Roach's success comes from a mix of skill, preparation, and mental toughness. With growing confidence and sharp technique, Jones believes Roach will continue to be a top name in boxing. Whether in a rematch against Davis,
supposed to, win this fight. This is a fight that there's not a lot of doubt about him coming out victorious in. So the talk shifts, and we got to know, Roy, from your perspective, Tank Shakur, when you think about that fight being a potential fight this year, how do you see it going?
I ain't gonna really think about that yet because I'm waiting after he finishes his fight with Roach. Roach is not just your average everyday opponent. Roach is a person who knows Tank, who's been around Tank his whole life. This is a different fight. You can't put Roach to the side like that. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying that he's gonna win the fight. I don't know that, but Roach cannot be this underrated like that. You understand? You gotta understand that Roach came from basically the same ecosystem as Tank came from. Roach is a very formidable opponent. So I'm not gonna talk about none of that till we get by Roach, because what I'm telling you about the other stuff don't really mean that right now.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this did happen.
I'm feeling good always. How you doing?
I'm always good. You're a special fighter. Tank's a special fighter. What do you like about him? Something different.
I like that when Tank come to fight, Tank come to knock you out. Tank don't come to just beat you by decision. He come to take you out. He come to try to get the job done best way he can. And he loves to come there and entertain the fans. He's not there to play around. He's trying to smoke you. And that's what life's supposed to be about.
Okay, if you played in the NBA, what would be the team you would choose to play with?
Right now, I'll play Milwaukee.
Why?
I like Dame and I like Giannis.
Roy, did you see what happened between T.O. and Bud?
No. Yeah, I did see, yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? Because the whole thing that came out of that, right, was that T.O. said, hey, he apologized and he was leveraging racism as promotion.
Right, he don't want no part of Bud, what that means.
Yep.
I gotta go.
Speaking of Bud, what are your thoughts on
Roach has made it clear that while winning is always his main goal in any fight, his true desire is to knock out his opponent. He believes that stepping into the ring isn't just about getting the win, it's about making a powerful statement. Roach has trained non-stop, putting in long hours day and night to improve his skills. If he's able to knock out Gervonta Davis, it would be a huge moment in his career and a reward for all his hard work. Roach sees this fight as a chance to prove himself at the highest level and earn his...
My initial plan is to win, but every time I fight, I'm trying to knock somebody out. So, so if that happens in the midst of it, that'd be a blessing. That'd be definitely something that I work for because I work my ass off. But yeah, if he on his way out, well, why not kick his ass out?
LamontRoach is driven by the desire to prove people wrong. Every time someone doubts his abilities, it pushes him to work even harder. Throughout his career, critics have questioned whether he truly belongs among boxing's elite. After his first fight with Gervonta Davis, some felt he didn't do enough to earn a clear win, even though he gave a strong performance. Now, as he heads into the rematch, Roach sees it as the perfect chance to silence those doubts. He's determined to show that he's not just a good fighter, but a great one. Roach wants to prove that his skill, power, and heart can overcome any obstacle. The criticism only fuels his motivation to train harder, sharpen his technique, and enter the ring with total
It does in a sense, but yeah, it do for sure. I ain't gonna lie. I like to prove people wrong, and I damn sure like to prove myself right. So yeah, it definitely gives me an incentive. And like I said before, I've been here before. Um, the heck the fight they had me duck. Right now, they really got me. They really got me. So it's an agenda. I got it on the agenda to up.
confidence. He believes this rematch is his moment to make a statement and firmly establish himself as one of the best in the sport. Tank Davis has never looked this vulnerable in the ring, and much of the credit goes to LamontRoach. Roach's skill, toughness, and smart strategy turned the fight into a real battle, something many people didn't expect. His ability to handle Tank's power and respond with sharp counters made the match much closer than anyone predicted. Roach stayed calm and confident, and that seemed to shake Tank in a way no opponent ever has. His performance proved that he's an elite fighter who belongs at the top. Now, in the rematch, Roach is looking to confirm his dominance even more. However, some critics say one strong fight isn't enough to call Roach a great fighter. They argue that while he did well against Gervonta Davis, true greatness comes from delivering that level of performance consistently. Meanwhile, Davis still has many supporters who believe he just had an off night. With his history of knockouts and big wins, they view him as a proven star. They think Davis wasn't fully focused during the fight, which made it closer than expected, and that a more prepared Tank will take control in the rematch. For Roach, this second fight is his chance to show that his performance wasn't a one-time thing. If he can do it again, he'll firmly earn his place among boxing's elite.
Great at. He had a great night. Doesn't make him a great fighter. Buster Douglas had a great night. Never was a great fighter. I love you, George. I love George Gambosis. Really great night from you when you beat Teofimo Lopez. You were never a great fighter. And never has he shown us he was a great fighter. He was on nobody's radar. 25-plus fights. And then he has one great night, one great fight. And a lot of guys want to say, oh, he's a great fighter. What about Roach versus Lomo? Roach versus Shakur? Roach versus Keyshawn? Haney? Teo? No. 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 I'm not allowing you guys to do that. He had a great night. You got to show me that again and again. If you could show me that 2 more times, that this wasn't just a great night, I'm a great fighter now, then I'll give it to you. But one great night. You cannot be an alcoholic for 25 years, go one day without drinking, and expect me to call you sober.
Davis, saying that one bad night doesn't define his career. According to Romero, Tank is still the face of boxing and one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport. He believes that even the greatest fighters have off nights, and Tank's performance against LamontRoach was just that, a rare off night, not a sign that he's slipping. Romero points to Davis's skills, power, and years of dominance as proof that he's still one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. He says one close fight shouldn't erase everything Tank has achieved. While fans and analysts may criticize his performance, Romero reminds everyone that even legends like Floyd Mayweather and today's champions have faced tough moments in the ring. Now,
People want to discredit Tank, and he's still a pound-for-pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a off night with Cruz. Everyone has a off night. It's boxing.
You want to run that back with Cruz or what?
Maybe down the line.
Now, Tank has a chance to prove the doubters wrong in the rematch. If he comes back stronger, he can show the world why he's still one of boxing's top stars. Not only has Floyd Mayweather distanced himself from Gervonta Davis, but longtime coach Calvin Ford has also not been in his corner recently. This absence may have played a part in Tank's performance being affected. Ford has always been a key figure in Davis's development, pushing him to improve and refine his skills. However, Ford has said that his role with Davis had naturally come to an end, believing that Tank had learned all he could from him.
That he do what I needed to do, you know what I'm saying? You see how I asked him, are you ready? You know what I'm saying? Because I need somebody that's going to really push Tank, so I can see different levels of it. This time I had a chance to step back, and everybody keeps saying, they changing ourselves. No, we ain't changed up anything. It's the same thing we always do, you know?
Going into the the training camp, how was it? Or you said you stepped back a little bit. Well, how was it? Splitting the time. How's it going to be splitting the time to
No, this is
Saturday
something
night?
that we do all the time. You know what I'm saying? Right now, y'all know all I gotta do is speak. Then take out history since he was a kid. When I stepped in the gym, B said, "Yo, I'm glad you're here now." He watched him. He said, "Boom." And I see the light in Tank. I just can't wait to see all of that come together. Fight night.
How's going back to being in the corner? How do you see Gervonta right now? Just being in camp, because at first when we talked to him in the press conference, he was very open about retiring and he was done. And now he said that
y'all have to understand. He's a young man. He have a family. He want to do something. Enjoy something. Don't take some time. I took a little bit of time off. You know what I'm saying? It refreshes you. Get you back on that so tonight, he had a chance for me not being around him a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I stepped in and I seen how he missed me and how I missed him. You know?
While Ford still supports Davis, he understands that every fighter must eventually move forward. Now, Davis must prove that he can succeed without the guidance of the two biggest influences in his career. Mayweather and Calvin Ford have always been in Gervonta Davis's corner, providing mentorship, strategy, and confidence throughout his career. Every time Tank stepped into the ring, they were there, ensuring he stayed disciplined and focused. Their presence played a major role in his rise to stardom and dominance in the sport. However, things have changed dramatically, and now Tank is without both of them, navigating his career alone. Some believe this absence has already affected his performance, as seen in his fight against LamontRoach. Without their guidance, Davis is facing new challenges. Many argue that with...
That's how you get the head.
I need this 10, 11, and 12 on the unofficial. He's down.
Okay. He say unofficial.
On the unofficial. I gotta be honest with you. That's what you want. You want from me. Hey, that's what you want from me. You don't want nobody lying to you. I'm 100 with you.
He said on the unofficial, not the real card here. Keep picking your shot. You took that round off here.
That's my job. I'm 100 with you.
Without Mayweather and Ford's influence, Tank might not have reached his current level of success. Their absence raises questions about his ability to maintain his elite status on his own. Now, Davis must prove that he can continue to succeed and show the world that he is more than just a product of their mentorship. Calvin Ford and Floyd Mayweather played key roles in shaping Gervonta Davis's career, guiding him through challenges and important decisions. They provided mentorship, strategy, and experience, helping him stay on the right path. Now,
should a Tank Davis-Devin Haney fight be next? Yeah, it should be. We already called it out. We actually flipped the coin between Devin Haney and Shakur. We don't really care. Everybody was getting on Tank about he never asked for the big fights. If you look at Tank, Tank sit there and said the time is now. You know what I'm saying? Them guys is the only guys that are they really willing to take that fight? Are they gonna outprice themselves? Or they're gonna take the fight? I'm old school. If I really think I'm gonna beat somebody, take the money and run with it. Let's fight. If you notice when we fought for Floyd now, we took every fight they threw at us. You know what I'm saying? We did what they asked us. That's what the company, that's what you do. I train my guys and I tell my guys, you train, you fight, you get paid. We take care of the rest of everything else. You know what I'm saying? Look where it put us at. You know, we at the top of our game right now. So right now, we just trying to see what's next, to see who's going to sign the contract.